I've been longing to be dancing around again.
And now we are joined by our activities officer, Lucy Murphy.
Hello, nice
How are you
to
doing?
see you. I'm good, thank you.
So could you maybe tell us a little bit about what your role entails and what inspired you to originally run for the role?
Yeah, of course. I'm the activities officer. I basically take the lead on our clubs and societies, make sure they're running smoothly and constantly getting better. I guess what inspired me is I know the last three activities officers, so Jess, who was at 3 years ago, she told me about the role, and that's when I sort of wanted to, get interested in it. And obviously I've been involved in clubs and societies and activities exec, and it just seemed like the right next step.
So you mentioned you've known the past three people in that role, so bringing that experience in, is that going to be key for this role?
Yeah, I mean, obviously things are a little different this year, so yeah, I can definitely take advice from them, and that will help me in the role. But with things being a bit different, I've had to adapt a little bit in my skills maybe this year. But yeah, everything they've told me about the role has definitely come into play and been useful. So yeah.
Yeah, so as you've mentioned, it's obviously a very different year from most. So how has it been different preparing for this year?
Yeah, sorry. So obviously clubs and societies activity is very limited. So as a union, we're obviously following the government guidance, which is ever changing, which makes it even more difficult. So really just working on our comms going out to students, I think, is the main one, and making sure, we're being honest, because obviously we don't want to tell them one thing and then they find that they can't do that thing. So just being honest and, making sure the communication is there so that they know what's going on, and trying to focus on what they can do in such difficult times, because I know it's easy to dwell on what they can't do. So yeah, that's how
brilliant.
I've kind of taken the role through all this
Amazing.
pandemic.
So what do you think the number one piece of advice you should give freshers joining this year should be?
I mean, as activities officer, I'm obviously going to say join clubs and societies. But honestly, like clubs and societies, I joined in my first year, and all my friends, I know Nicola because of clubs and societies, and it really does just make the most of your university experience. I'm sure you guys know yourselves. And yeah, the opportunities you get, like I'm in the job I am now probably because I joined a club and society. Employability skills, public speaking skills, like so many skills. So yeah, I think especially this year, clubs and societies play a big role in meeting new friends, because I know that will be difficult for freshers. So I think that's one thing I'm saying is just get involved and make the most of it, because this year is probably more important than ever for our clubs and societies to really engage with new freshers that are coming into LUU. So yeah.
And what would your advice be for like the committees of societies who are struggling at the minute to really go forward?
Yeah, I think my advice for them would be just stick with it. I know it's hard, but just try and be patient, because the quicker we can all stick to the rules, hopefully the quicker we can go back to normal. And if we can next year, I swear as activities officer it's going to be the best semester ever, because I know how difficult it's been this year, and activity has obviously been reduced. So yeah, just really be there for your members, because it's going to be a tough time as well for them. And obviously health and safety is a key one, just ensuring your members are in safe hands, because essentially you are the people they look up to for that.
For sure, yeah. So finally, if there's 3 words you can give right now to describe the year ahead, what would they be?
Intense, manic, and opportunistic. Is that a word?
Yeah,
I think
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, it's been lovely chatting to you today, Lucy.
You too,
and
guys.
all the best for the year ahead.
No, and I just want to say thank you to you guys. You've been amazing. So yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
No worries.